Hi, this is Brian with the National Weather Service in Topeka, and this is a hazardous weather briefing developed at 11:30 a.m. on Sunday, May 11th. This is meant for planning purposes, and once the storms get started later today, all of this information is subject to change, so please check back to your latest forecast. We expect a round or multiple rounds of widespread severe thunderstorms from late this afternoon all the way into the overnight hours, perhaps even into Monday morning. We'll focus mainly on late today into the overnight, when we could see very large hail, 2 inches in diameter or larger. Could also see some damaging winds, 70 miles per hour or stronger. And we will say that especially in the red shaded area, we could see several tornadoes. Some of these could be fairly strong or long-lived, but the details of that remain still yet to be played out. In addition to this, heavy rain and even some flash flooding will be possible, even in some of the drier areas back in central Kansas. So let's break down some of the timing and location information. Looks like we're going to have storms develop between 3 and 5 p.m. from southern Nebraska into north central Kansas. These storms will gradually shift to the east and northeast. It looks like right now through 6 p.m. anywhere in the shaded area you could expect to have some thunderstorms roll into your area. They may stay a little farther to the west, but if the storms roll in, they will most likely be severe when they move into your area. In the 6 p.m. to midnight window, these storms will continuously redevelop back to the west and southwest, and then will move over the area. The line of storms as a whole will shift gradually to the east, and there is a little bit of uncertainty in just how far east they'll make it by midnight. I would certainly be prepared in case things speed up a little, into the Emporia, Topeka, Lawrence areas. Regardless, 6 p.m. to midnight looks to be our greatest period of tornado potential. Again, especially in the darker shaded areas, you could see multiple strong to severe thunderstorms, and really any one of them during this period will have the potential to produce a tornado, in addition to that very large hail and damaging winds. As we go a little later, between midnight and 6 a.m., there is at least some potential for the severe threat to gradually decrease, but it's not entirely certain. There's also some potential that we could remain quite unstable through the overnight hours, and our low-level wind shear will be actually increasing. So if we can maintain some strong thunderstorms, we would maintain that potential for especially damaging winds and perhaps even a few tornadoes yet, even after midnight. This is a particularly dangerous time for tornadoes, as many of you are asleep. So just keep in mind to be extra aware overnight and have multiple methods of receiving that warning information should a warning be issued. As we get into Monday, the cold front will probably still linger across the area, so we could even see a re-intensification or more storm development by mid to late morning. It looks like the better chance for severe weather will be off to the east, but it's certainly possible that we could have a few severe thunderstorms through about 1 p.m. in eastern Kansas on Monday. So how confident are we that this will actually happen? Well, to be perfectly honest, we've got very high confidence in severe thunderstorms at least through midnight in northern and central Kansas. We also have very high confidence that the strongest storms will produce very large hail, 2 inches or larger. We'd say we've got even high confidence that some areas will have damaging winds of 70 miles per hour or greater, and that we will probably see multiple tornadoes across the region. If you remember, southern Nebraska into northern Kansas and back into central Kansas. That's the main area, especially locally northwest or along a line from Abilene to Manhattan to Hiawatha. I would say we've got moderate confidence in storms gradually weakening after 1 a.m., but remember, if they do not weaken, we would maintain that potential for especially damaging winds and a few tornadoes. And we could actually see some flash flooding with storms moving over the same locations time and time again, even in areas that are quite dry right now. And then we would say we have currently low confidence in redevelopment of severe storms on Monday morning. This has been a briefing at 11:30 a.m. on Sunday, May 11th. Again, as storms develop, all this information is subject to change, so please check back to your most recent forecast.